Lisa, your spirit guide is Marcel and Marianne. Holly, your spirit guides are Teresa, not Mother Teresa, and Thoman is a male spirit guide. And Lisa, your angel, is Anastasia, and Holly, your angel, is Abigail. You have a angel that is your family angel named Star. So I'm listening to my spirit guide, Dr. Leggett, and I'll try to do this equally. I might not necessarily, but whatever comes, comes. We in the spirit world are very proud of you. We want you to know that you've been together, you two, in many, many other lifetimes. The last lifetime you were together, you were farmers. You were the mother, and she was the daughter. And when you felt, and when you had her in this lifetime, you just felt like, this is it. This is who I belong with. This is what I know. Were you ever thinking of adopting?
Mm-hmm.
Then did you adopt?
No.
Okay. And you have her, and you have other children too, then. Right.
She's the only living child.
So you lost a child.
I had 7 miscarriages.
Oh my gosh! But nobody that went to full term.
No.
Oh my goodness. So you put all your eggs in one basket, but they're showing me that they give me symbols sometimes of the runners of the base and the umps are saying safe, safe, safe. So you're safe. Or you don't need to worry about that. And are you married also, Lisa?
Yes.
And happily married?
Yes.
Okay. And you're married, Holly?
No, I'm in a relationship though.
Okay. You don't have children?
Don't have children.
Okay, but you want children.
One day.
Okay. I'm hearing the song, "One Day My Prince Will Come," and so I feel that you're going to have a boy.
Another boy, thanks.
And then you're going to have a girl.
And then a girl.
And then it's really a question mark whether you're going to have any more. You're not going to have the same trouble that your mom had. Your mom was just so excited and then brokenhearted and then excited and brokenhearted. And when she was expecting you, she didn't know if she was going to carry to full term, did she?
No.
Correct.
But you're like, oh my gosh, I'm 4 months, I'm 5 months. Maybe I'm going to have a baby. Were you premature?
No.
We're just on time. Okay.
She was late.
Oh, late. So, and then did you have another miscarriage after her?
Yes.
And you were trying to have 2 children. You wanted a boy and a girl, didn't you?
Yes.
And the boy never came.
Right.
You're gonna, for your 3rd child, Holly.
Yeah.
There's going to be, not biologically through you, but there's going to be somebody who just can't raise their children or child.
Okay.
Hopefully not children, but child.
Right, right.
And I don't know what the circumstances are, but the family can't take care of it. Other family can't take care of them either. So that's going to be your 3rd child.
Okay.
Unless you do biological boy and a girl, and then down the road a ways I see somebody that's coming into your life through a friend or a friend of the family or somebody. And you're thinking of marrying the guy you're with now?
Yeah.
Name him?
Billy.
Okay, and Billy's a good guy, right?
Yeah.
He has his faults, and you got your faults.
Yeah, definitely.
He's kind of got some low self-esteem. Have you been aware of that?
Lately, yes.
Something's gone wrong at work or with his family or whatever, and he's taking it personally, like something's wrong with him. I don't even know if he verbalizes that to you or not.
No, he talks to his mom more than me.
He talks to his mom, okay.
Yeah.
It's because he's a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he has a dad also?
He does.
Okay. So, what'd you say his name was?
Billy.
Billy. Okay, is he from the south?
No, he's not.
His Billy from the north, huh?
His family's from the south, though.
Okay, I knew there was some South connection when they got the name. I'm hearing that song, "You Light Up My Life, You Give Me Hope to Carry On." You really light up each other's lives.
I believe so, yeah.
You have your differences of opinion.
Yes.
And you argue sometimes, but you work through it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a temper, does he?
A little bit.
Okay, and so either one of you get a little bit upset sometimes.
Yeah.
This could be the start of something big. This could be the one. Like they say in Everyone Knows Raymond, if you watch that.
Okay.
I don't see a marriage for another year or 2.
Right.
And I'm seeing you getting pregnant right on your honeymoon period. There might not
Okay.
be a honeymoon because of work or some money or some situation
Okay.
until later. And he's working and you're working, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're living together.
Yep. Yep.
You've been together, living together a couple of years or so,
Just a couple months.
couple of months, and it seems to be running smoothly.
Yep.
Okay, so you're on your way.
Yeah.
You're not going to cheat on each other. You're perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. So that's really good. So you're going to most likely 95% chance that you're going to. I'm going to point one way or the other. You're going to get a new son-in-law. Oh, and you haven't, and so you don't have any. But then you're going to have 2 children, and then pretty soon there are going to be 4 children because it's going to be these 2 and then the grandchildren. Holly, you're going to live a long time because I can see you into your 90s. I can see grandkids and great grandkids. So that's something really to look forward to also.
Yeah.
And you're what, in your 20s now? Or?
Yep. I'm 22.
Okay, so you pre-planned your life, and you pre-planned a pretty good life. You had 2 men that were debating which one was going to come to you. Did one man already come, but he left?
Well, I don't know what you
It's
mean
funny
by
you say
that.
that.
A
She has-
boyfriend that just disappeared that you didn't stay with?
Yeah, and like back in school.
Yeah. What, high school or college?
Junior high, high school.
Because had a real close connection,
Okay.
and he could have been your soulmate.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this one is your soulmate or soul split, but there's a real strong connection because you're with him on the farm too.
Oh.
In fact, you married him on the farm.
Oh.
You used to take long walks into the cornfield a lot of times, and you had horses. Do you guys like horses?
I love horses.
Yeah, you had some stables there that people would come and you would train the horses, and then you took the people that were and mostly kids and teenagers, taught them how to horseback ride, and you just did a lot with horses. I think you had like 8 or 10 horses, which was next to the farm, which was inherited by the grandparents. So you just really got that from them, and you weren't real wealthy. You know, you had you didn't live off the land either. You did some bartering like the late 1800s, and you know you had a lot of chickens, and you traded. You didn't have cows. Well, cows were for milk, but you didn't want to have any animal destroyed. So you would trade your eggs for somebody else's meat, and you had eggs and corn and horses, and that's it. And you had an apple orchard and other fruits that you were raising. It was kind of in an outlying area of this area somewhere, like Fremont or someplace like that. And you collected eggs every day, and collected corn, you know, milked the cows, and so every time you feel a farm life, you might feel deja vu, or maybe you dream. Do you think one of you dream about a farmhouse?
When I was younger.
Yeah, because a lot of times you're more psychic when you're younger, and you remember your past life because you were closer to it. And the farmhouse you were dreaming about was the farmhouse you lived in, just a typical farmhouse, you know, that big and nice house. So you you remembered that at that time. And now that I mentioned that, both of you might have some dreams about farms and farm life, and you started back in the horse and buggy days, and then the kind of the Model T car days. You know, that was your last lifetime together, till you came back to this lifetime. There's a lot you can look forward to too. I know you've been kind of like all of us kind of bogged down with the pandemic and everything, but you got a lot to look forward to. You got to look forward to married and 2 kids, and you've got to look forward to son-in-law and the 2 kids, and you're working still, Lisa?
Yes.
And what do you do?
A daycare provider.
Okay, in your home?
No.
Oh, somewhere else.
Yes.
Okay. And you're working?
Yes.
And what are you working?
Doctor's office.
Oh, that's right, you told me, okay. Because I sometimes ask because I don't get everything, so. Let me just stop and move up a little bit higher here, and then each one of you in your mind think of a question, because then I'm going to ask each one of you what you have a question. I'm just going to pause for like 30 seconds here. Your question.
I feel like I have a spirit, like, around me. Like, I've seen it out of the corner of my eye.
A good spirit?
It was like a black shadow a couple of times. Like, I would be sitting there and I'd, like, see, like, a black shadow, and I quick look, and nobody else is in the house with me.
Did it feel good?
Yes.
Okay, because, have you lost your parents?
No.
Okay, have you lost somebody?
Recently, yes. Like, since January, yes.
But you've been seeing that shadow before that, right?
No.
Okay, name who you lost.
My great niece's father,
And what's his name?
Brandon.
Not him.
No.
He hasn't figured out really how to communicate with spirit yet. What they do after they die is they go to R&R,
Mm-hmm.
or anywhere's, depending on the severity of their passing, anywhere's for 6 weeks to 3 months, so he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't be him. And I said your guide was Thoman. It could be your guide. It's a male. Do you feel it's a male?
I do.
Yeah.
My father-in-law passed away, and his anniversary came up within the last week.
I feel it's your spirit guide Thoman
Okay.
that's around you, and he's trying to help guide you.
Probably because I took Brandon's death pretty bad.
Okay, so when did Brandon die?
January 18th.
Okay, and that would be your,
My niece's father.
okay, and you were close to him.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I'm sensing him around you. I'm sensing his spirit guide Toby around him, because he's still in R&R. You try 6 months from now, he'll probably even know how to communicate. But Toby said that, was it kind of an easy passing, like wasn't in pain? Just kind of sleep away?
No, he was killed.
Like with a gun?
Yes.
Murdered?
Yeah.
Here in Toledo?
Yes.
Like gangs or something like that?
No. He, on the job.
Oh my gosh, someone just came in and killed him right here in Toledo then.
Yeah.
Tell me his name again. I keep
Brandon.
Brandon. I should remember that. I have a spirit guide named Brandon. But he died instantly though, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure. They did surgery, but he did die at the hospital.
Okay, because it looks like was it heart, around the heart area?
No, it was a headshot.
In the head, okay. Because what I'm feeling is that he lost his consciousness right away and the surgery wouldn't have helped anyways. So, it looks like he really was like brain dead.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
and,
I believe that.
So he was taken out one split second before impact, so he couldn't feel the pain.
Okay.
Was it in the back of the head?
I'm not exactly 100% sure.
Okay. And they
I know he hit the back of his head when he fell.
Oh, that's why I'm seeing the back of the head being hit.
Yeah, he was.
But the shot that must have been in the front.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And it looks like there's drug dealers though. Was he into drugs at all?
No, he was not.
It just doesn't make sense why he was killed.
The person that shot him could have been
into drugs.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because he was kind of out on drugs.
Okay.
Okay, he wasn't in his right. The guy who killed him wasn't in his right mind.
Right,
Right.
right.
He didn't rob him or burglarize him, though, did he? Or break
No.
into his house.
No.
He knew him.
No.
Okay, so and it wasn't in the house.
No.
Well, the guy was in the house. Brandon was outside.
Brandon was the last thing he expected to be gone the day he was gone, and he didn't know he died because he didn't feel it because he was taken out of his body beforehand. So he went flying through the air, and he'd had dreams the night before that this was happening, or weeks or so before. So he thought he was just dreaming, and then when he went home and he went to grab a glass or something, he thought, well, this is funny. And then he saw people crying, and then and his spirit guides told him, and he doesn't believe some people sometimes when they try to tell him something.
Yeah.
He's got a mind of his own.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not dead. I'm alive. Can't you see me? I'm right here. Finally he realized it. And then when he got up to the gates of heaven, and his spirit guides were with him and talking to him, and when he went in this big white, into this big white circle over here, were his spirit loved ones. Had he lost a mom or a dad or a dog or grandparents or somebody?
Probably grandparents.
Okay. Because he wasn't that old, was he?
No.
No.
Like, what, 30s or 40s or something like that?
Young 20s.
No, even 20s. he got a chance to review what his life would have been had he stayed here,
Oh.
and he kind of struggled sometimes, didn't he? But he would have had a kind of a struggle with life, with finances, with relationships, with children, not due to necessarily anything negative about him, but that he might have made some mistakes in what job, what woman, what house, what did he have a tendency not to be able to think things through sometimes? Because I think that if he would have survived, he would have had made some mistakes and then trying to figure out what to do about that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not 100%.
Because he wasn't married or
No.
and he didn't have a girlfriend.
He was
He did.
engaged.
He was engaged. Okay, and she was a good girl.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
But there would have been some confusion coming up for him. Somehow, now this doesn't have to, maybe it doesn't, maybe not have to do with him, but they're showing me that Snoopy dog and riding along saying it was a dark and stormy night. But I don't think was it a dark and stormy night that he died?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where I'm getting that from. I didn't know if I was switching gears to another subject or staying put with this.
Nope, it was.
Yeah, and he's he shouldn't have been out in that weather anyways. And that shouldn't have happened. Everybody's had possible exit points in their life when they could die or not die. Like if you got in an accident but you didn't die but you were supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be one of his exit points, but he could have avoided that exit point and gone to moved forward in life, and might not have been until his like his 50s or 60s or so till he had some kind of a problem that could have taken him out. But his girlfriend and his family, you see his girlfriend and his family,
Yes.
and they're just absolutely distraught. They just are
Yes.
not themselves.
Yes.
They just want to sit in a dark room and be all by themselves.
Yeah.
And everybody leave me alone. And
Yeah.
I just can't cope right now. I can't work right now. And his parents are living, right?
Yes.
And the dad is kind of in denial. As the dad went back to work, did he?
The dad is retired.
Oh, okay.
He's an older gentleman.
But yeah, he is.
But
in
he's
denial.
focusing on something else to get rid of his grief, whether it's the TV set or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not talking much and not talking to his wife or kids, whatever. He's just not talking to them right now. And he had sisters or brothers too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all this is terrible. And I feel like one of them is going to come for a reading eventually, whether it's his girlfriend or his mom or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He really, really didn't want to leave. He really wanted to stay. He had plans. He didn't go to college.
No.
No, technically.
Technically, no.
Okay, because if he had to do it over again, he would have gone to college because he was supposed to have gone to college, and that was a mistake he made of decisions. And he might not have got the best job. Did he have a job at this time?
Yeah, he had his dream job.
Oh, he did. Okay, and so that that could have been, but there could have been something twisted around or gone wrong with that job too, with people that are not necessarily of his own doing, but of other people that could have been messing him up a little bit. But he was perfectly happy. He had his job. He had his girlfriend, and she's not pregnant, is she?
No, not
He was
currently.
hoping she would have been, so that he could have. He's not coming back to the Earth plane for a long time because the Earth is too crazy right now. He'd rather just stay over there. In fact, a lot of souls are saying they're not coming. I don't know where we're going to get new babies, but nobody seems to want to come here now. There's somebody here that had died a while ago, and he's a man.
Okay.
Your father's living.
Yes.
Could take it to be grandfather or a man friend, older man friend.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who it is. He's very strong in his set in his ways.
Mm-hmm.
That be a grandpa?
A grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay. He's everybody has assignments on the other side. Was he always watching the news? Getting
Yes.
upset about the news?
Yes.
Okay, he's been assigned to the Washington D.C. brigade. Some people are designated to watching babies, or some are designated to helping people out of harm's way with storms.
Mm-hmm.
But he's staying with other thousands and thousands of souls. right there, the White House and the Senate, Capitol, right there with the National Guard. And he says they cannot send that National Guard away because the minute they do, it's gonna be pounded. They're gonna get it. And he's trying to get it through the people's head that National Guard needs to be there forever. And he was trying, and he did help to prevent loss of life. There could have been a lot more loss of life in the Capitol during that insurrection than there was, but the spirit people already knew that was coming, and they kind of helped to circumvent that so that 1,100 people wouldn't have gotten killed. And they're going to try to circumvent that to make it not so bad either, but they're coming after the Democrats. Is he Democrat?
I think so, yeah.
And you guys are Democrats?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're showing me them tripping somebody up, like grabbing their ankle or lassoing. You can't lasso an ankle, but tying up people by the ankles.
Huh.
Let's take the cosmic eraser and erase that so they won't be doing that. And he's saying, yeah, let's all do that because we want to just get rid of that problem. Okay, so do you have a question?
No, you kind of answered it for me.
Okay, and was there somebody else from the spirit world too you were going to talk to?
It was mostly for Brandon.
Okay, and so Brandon was your uncle?
Brandon was basically like a brother to me.
Oh, like a brother to you?
Yeah.
But you didn't live together?
No.
But you were real compatible?
Yeah.
And you guys will come back in 6 months, and Brandon realizes that too, that when he's up and around a little more, he'd be able to communicate a little more.
Okay.
Okay, so is there somebody that your dad he's it's like they can multitask. They can be in Washington DC, they can be up on the other side, they can be here. But your dad died, what, did he have a stroke or something?
Grandpa.
Or your grandpa, I meant.
My other grandfather, we don't know how he passed away. We're thinking that he did stroke out at the end because we had his pacemaker turned off.
Yeah, he had a stroke, and he's wanted to know why the pacemaker was turned off. Did he turn it off?
They turned it off because he was really ill, and he was just
He was passing anyways.
Yes, and he had a DNR, so Grandma Hospice turned his pacemaker off.
What's DNR? Oh,
Do not resuscitate.
Okay, and he was in the hospital for a while, wasn't he?
A lot towards the end, yes.
Yeah, and he said that he had an out-of-body experience because there was a time he was afraid of death,
Yes,
and then there was a time he wasn't afraid of it anymore.
yes.
And that's because he went over there and he saw how beautiful it is, and he saw his family from a distance, and he wanted to go in, and the trees and the colors and the music was much more beautiful than it is here. And then somebody told him to stop. He'd think, and it was Jesus, I think he thinks it. He wasn't sure it was Jesus or Jesus' helper. No, it's not your time yet. And he says, when is my time? And they said, nobody will tell you when it's your time. When your time's up, you'll be here. So that's one thing. And I took him to both of the Bible too, never to tell me when they're going to die. So he waited patiently till it was his time, and it wasn't more than a couple weeks later, and he went.
Yes.
And it was an easy passing. He just slept away.
Yes.
So did somebody have cancer in your family then too?
Yes.
That would be who to you?
My mother-in-law.
Okay. And she feared and fretted and worried and tried not to make you guys worry and tried to act okay when you were here, although she complained sometimes.
Yes.
She complained a lot. But your mother-in-law was a complainer anyways, wasn't she, somewhat?
Yes.
And she was in pain, and then she wasn't in pain, and then she just was sleeping and just kind of floated away. She went into a coma and then floated away.
Yeah.
Did she have leg cramps or something like that too?
Yeah, she always complained her legs hurt.
Oh yeah. And that cancer was like in this area here.
Yes.
Okay. What's her name again?
Her name was Pamela.
And she's your
We called her Mama Pam.
Oh.
She's my mother-in-law.
Okay. My conscious mind and my subconscious mind don't always connect, so when you tell me one time, what was it?
Oh, that's
She's
okay.
your mother-in-law, right?
Yes.
And her name is
Pamela.
Pamela.
Mama Pam.
And she lived to be what, 70 or 80?
No, she only lived to be 50, but grandma.
And then there's somebody with her who would live to be 70 or 80.
Oh,
Her mom.
her mom.
Okay, so her mom and her are together.
Okay.
And they were together before too, so they're naturally together, and they're in the same soul group on the other side. They're sort of in your same soul group, and you've got your own soul group of about 16 souls over here, and then they've got their own soul group of about 16 souls. And sometimes the soul groups merge and then you're together. And some of the people you're with now with family, some of them you don't even know, because when you get to the other side, you're like, oh, okay, good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen you for 100 years or so. So, Pamela, she liked to have fun, and she just enjoy life.
Yeah.
And she wanted to play cards or play games or do stuff.
Mhm.
And she kind of a big person,
Yes.
big busted.
She was. Yes, at one time.
Yeah, and she just was happy-go-lucky and enjoyed life. And she worried, but she didn't want to. The message was don't let them see you sweat, because she wanted to just take life easy. And she went through her trials and tribulations and problems like all of us do. She kept trying to lose weight, but it just didn't always stay off the way she wanted. And then she lost a lot of weight, it looks like, because as she was getting older, it's like, whoa, maybe I should do something here. She's writing something. Was she like keeping score on games, or she was just making little tally marks there? I don't know what that was
I'm
all
not
about.
sure.
Not sure either. Somebody's singing that Banana Deo song. Did you used to like that? Deo, Deo, daylight come and I want to go home. Who liked that song?
I don't know.
That's more like your era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anybody that was, what is that, Jamaican or something like that. So somebody,
It's from Beetlejuice.
was it? Well,
Mhm.
somebody liked that song, and somebody just would go around singing songs sometimes in your family.
Okay.
And I don't know who that is.
I go around and randomly sing throughout the day.
You do?
I do.
Okay. And a lot of times spirit will come in on their songs. So if you hear yourself singing your spirit loved one's favorite songs, that's them coming in. But if you're going to say, okay, now I'm going to sing this song, well, then that's just you.
Yeah.
Somebody's singing Rock-a-Bye Baby on the treetop. That can be a grandma singing that used to sing that to you. And she's showing me, that she's going to sing Rock-a-Bye Baby to you when you're expecting, so that you'll know
Aww.
in your sleep. And she's cradling. She's up there, not with a cradle, but with a pink bunting and a blue bunting.
Mhm.
Babies, and they don't know which one's going to come first. They're competitive and they try to beat each other to the punch there. And then she showed me a white blanket. I don't know what the white blanket represents. It's like maybe a question mark to be announced, because if you don't have somebody else's baby like we talked about before,
Yeah.
it could be that you'll have your own baby several years, 4 or 5 years after you've had your first two. And then or there's going to be a third baby, whether it's biological or not, but
Right.
the sex of that baby is yet to be known,
Okay.
to be announced or something later on. That's why she showed me a white blanket. And you're a good mom, and you'll finagle working, you'll cut down to part-time, and you'll work, work your schedule and your husband's schedule around your babies. You've been having friction with somebody, like your sisters or brothers or somebody,
Yeah.
and you're squabbling, and you're making much ado over nothing. Somebody's a drama queen and overacting. Do you know who that would be?
That would be my brother and his wife.
Oh my gosh, they're just something else, aren't they?
Yeah, it's better just to stay away from it all.
They're like causing thunderstorms when all they are really tiny little rainstorms.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Nope.
And she's egging him on too.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
And she's treating you like you guys are big nothings
Yes, ma'am.
to pull him away from you. And she's telling him things about you that aren't true to pull him away from you.
Yes, ma'am.
She's like a spider. She's like there's the spider web, and he's like caught in the spider web, and he can't get out.
Mhm.
He shouldn't have married her.
Yeah.
Now she's confused him.
Mhm.
They've been married quite a while, though, haven't they?
Yeah, like 10 years.
Yeah. Was they married before?
No.
Okay. So, and don't have kids.
Oh, they have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have a lot of kids. I
Yeah.
just didn't see him. That's your brother,
Yeah.
and he's younger than you.
No, he's my older brother.
Your older brother. So,
I have one older brother.
is there somebody named John or Johnson?
Johnson, my niece is his baby mom's last name is Johnson, Kimberly Johnson.
Hmm.
She's passed on.
Okay, she just came through, and she said she's trying to tell them that they're making big mistakes and they're turning people away from them, but they're oblivious. They're not listening because they always think they're right and everybody else is wrong.
You're right.
And there's nothing you can do about it. You're right. Just stay away from them. They can just cause a hurricane when there's a little wind.
Mm.
You have somebody named Jack?
I have a good friend named Jack.
He's living.
Yes, he's younger.
Okay. Well, somebody that died was wanting to let Jack know he was okay. Did Jack lose a mom or a dad?
No.
Or maybe his grandparents, or maybe it's a friend. I don't know.
He has a grandfather that's going on.
Yeah, because whoever it was said to just let Jack know he's okay.
Okay.
Is there a Clyde or an Earl or somewhere along the line?
Yes, a Clyde.
Yeah.
And that would be.
That'd be my grandpa.
Oh, that's your grandpa.
Yeah.
That's your
Step grandpa, basically.
Step grandpa. Yeah.
Her biological grandmother was married to a Clyde.
Okay. But she's your daughter.
Yeah, she's my.
Me. Yes. He's just my grandpa.
Okay. I don't want to get into my conscious mind.
Right.
Okay, Clyde. Did he live on a farm or do kind of laboring type work?
He
Yes.
did. Yes.
Okay, and he used his hands a lot.
Mhm.
His hands could be kind of dirty or greasy
Yep.
sometimes. And somebody kept trying to complain and tell him to wash his hands, and he said, "I did wash my hands."
Yeah.
But he's just like the salt of the earth, like just a down to earth person.
Yeah.
That he's not going to put on any airs or be anybody else than who he is. And he kind of clogs along.
Yeah.
Plods along like that. Was he a little bit big?
He was tall.
Okay. He's who's got something wrong with their eyes right now? Or did he?
Did he?
Mm.
I don't remember. I was young.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a warning, like protect your eyes, or what that is, but
Okay.
he's saying he always looked out for the underdog.
Yeah.
He always looked out for the other guy, and he also had really good words of wisdom to tell you to make you feel better.
Mhm.
And